learning community here and also the space is called performatory. It's about performing and laboratory, so it's a combination of the words.
We are a specialization in social innovation. This program is a 3-year program and it was designed to transform. So in that line, we also use design approaches to transform systems, organizations, communities.
If you look at economy and society, I think we have developed so many systems and way of organizing our society that needs change. So they need to be transformed. We would like to offer society students who are able to think differently.
I think it's important that also education adapts to all the changes that our society is facing, especially if we look at climate change, for example. As the climate changes, we also have to transform our education to adapt to these new ways of living.
If you start studying here, this is our map, you could say. And it's not a program, it's a structure. So it doesn't mean that you first do this and then you follow the rest. But most of the students start with a personal expedition. From there go to the professional expedition and then your final expedition. And your expedition is all about finding out who am I and what do I see in society that I would like to contribute to. How does it work and what's my personal power to bring change?
I came to the Netherlands to study initially leisure and events management, and during my first year I then found out about social innovation, and I already knew that I wanted to do something more meaningful with my studies and my future career. Coming from a small village in Italy in the countryside, I could face yearly the natural disasters from summer especially, so thunderstorms that would damage whole crops of veggies and fruits. As soon as I joined social innovation, I started to look at the problem from a more complex perspective, and I could understand all the different topics that are related to this challenge, and I could understand the topic on a deeper level than what I was used to.
We really forced them to think what's going on there outside and how can you relate to that. If you can't find that, that's okay, but we help you finding that. But this is where the engine starts. So if there's nothing that they can relate to, nothing will happen. So talking with their peers, talking with us, talking with the outside world, they will find elements in society that they find important. We have some students very keen on climate change, housing, how we deal with housing in Holland especially, food waste, lifestyle.
Climate change is a very complex topic. There are many topics that relate to it. But eventually I found my focus point, this hopeful narrative. It can be said also with just one simple word, which is being a hope punk. And being a hope punk for me means choosing the hopeful narrative, choosing to still fight for the planet, for the people, despite all the negative news that are being raised, that we hear every day and every time around us.
We offer a lot of topics, like theory kind of concepts, that we think this is what you should learn to be transformative and to develop your transformative power. And that is process design, how to design dialogical conversational processes for change, community design, and experience design, like how to build experience within your change process. And we are on the side with them to help them making choices that are important for them.
We work with the principle of learning communities. So we want, instead of having classrooms, to create communities of learning. So each student, they bring their own background, and we combine these perspectives with the social innovation approach. So if we want to innovate in society, we need to look at all these interconnections. So we need to look at a discipline, but also we need to look at how people are living their lives, what is the culture that is involved, what is the big issues that could be sustainability, that could be community development. We use some leisure lenses, which can be creativity, playfulness, and all these lenses that can help in tackling problems of society. So if we are creative in understanding a problem, then we come up with more solutions. That is not the usual solution that we would address.
The main challenge is to also open up and give space to those minor voices, to seek for, innovation, transformation.
It is a challenge to get students that are up to what we say unlearn to learn again, because we are proposing a different way of learning. We are proposing a more participatory, intercultural and international way of learning. And the challenge is that we need to connect the students with this mindset, with this approach. But I have to say that I see more and more students searching for a more creative and a more out-of-the-box way of becoming a professional.
It is an understanding of complexity and how the things that like the challenges that we're up against now, we can only face them together, right, collectively. But if you look at it on a very small scale, that's also how we work here, because we help each other a lot. And what I take away from here is more of a mindset than it is one specific thing that I learned.
Process design is how to design collective dialogical processes. The second was community design, like how to build a community around topics that matter. And thirdly is experience design. So we focus on how can you build experiences around changes.
Currently, we are facing very complex challenges in society, such as climate change, aging, inequality. And to tackle those challenges, we need to be able to understand some universal or global concepts, such as sustainability, but also we need to have a local sensitivity to address those questions in a context. And this is also one of the principles we work here that we call glocalization, which is understanding global concepts, such as I said, sustainability, but with a local sensitivity, how sustainability could be addressed in a very specific context.
At one point during my study career, I had embarked a project for some clients, and nowadays I call that project Climate Streamers Foundation. One of the things we do at Climate Streamers is the card game, and this game works as a tool to facilitate conversation about climate change. Talking about this issue is often hard and can be very polarizing as well, because people have different perspectives and also very heavy emotions, very different emotions. But with this card game, we offer a safe and open space for everyone to talk, be listened to, and express opinions, ideas, and reflections on the topic, and also by telling a piece of their story. Even inspire and motivate each other to take more action.
In the end, we have the extension, and that is a totally free zone, 30 EC, and students can choose everything they want as long as they become a more strong social innovator than that. And of course, we are there to guard, if they do what they have to do, the whole profile of dedication.
Looking back at that freedom, I think that was the biggest blessing of this study, because it gave me the opportunity to go into different fields of domains, of topics, and also work in these international projects, working in Canada, working in Croatia. So I had the opportunity to find my own way at my own pace.
Looking into the future, and as a Hope Punk, I really hope to stop hearing these negative narratives around climate change and hearing people just normalizing this doom and gloom narrative. I really hope this won't happen anymore because it's affecting our health on very deep levels. So my hope as a hope punk for the future is to completely change this narrative and turn into our more positive approaches and emotions and really leverage those rather than shutting them down.
I've been also asking myself the question, okay, how is it going to be when we step out of this beautiful bubble that we're in here right now, being faced with this dominant system again? But I think what it showed me is that there are people doing the alternative work and being on the side of trying to change the system.
Is that a sense of trust then?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think so too. It's almost a conscious decision to trust upon following that energy and trying to contribute to something bigger, right? And
Yeah.
My dream for the students is that they get the knowledge to tackle the societal problems we are preparing them to. At the same time, they can be happy and hopeful about the future, and they can look at themselves not as an expert who can fix a problem, but having an expertise and being able to engage the whole community that they are working with to connect and to create the solutions together. So they feel they're not alone in it, and they have some tools to engage and invite and encourage other people to join the social innovation movement.